Welcome, friends, to another episode of Dante Inferno. I'm Gambit, and welcome to the channel Play It Quick. This is the setup for the Circle 2 Showdown. We have Achilles here. We have several whirlwind models, and we'll see exactly how they interact in this scenario. Then we've got the Outlaw, Marie, the Devotee, the Artist, and Mercenary right there. We've also included 2 pools of the Damned. Now let's not waste time and get started. Achilles, the greatest of warriors. As if your bodies could feel his presence, you tremble as your minds take some time to process what your eyes can see. I never forget a man's face, the warrior breaks the silence. And I do not remember you. You are certainly not with the order, but you are not condemned either. Who are you? I am Dante Alighieri, the poet speaks, and this caravan is that of champions in the service of Christianity. In the name of the high power, I ask you, let us pass. The future of humanity is in our hands, and we have no quarrel with you. That is odd. This is the second time I hear the same story. But I dare not question his designs. Apparently, the Supreme Leader also believes in the sanctity of his task. If you want to pass, I will make the same offer I made to that army. 7 more circles they wanted to descend, so an 8th of them had to stay. As there are only 5 of you, I'm afraid it's only fair that you leave one behind. Will it be you, Alighieri? Achilles proposes with a cynical smile. No! Let him go! I will fight you in his place. The artist takes the lead. The devotee, deep down, realizes that she lacks the courage to do the same. The poet, however, intervenes. Your gesture is noble, my friend, but the price is too high. We have no choice. This is your cue. The famous last words. So be it. I really wanted to find out how skilled the champions of Christendom are. The son of Peleus provokes you. If the caravan has Discovery Card 7, we don't, but they have the Pelean Spear treasure card, so read the lover's request. The tension is palpable. You could cut the atmosphere with a knife. Dante is concerned about bringing you face to face with mythology's greatest warrior, but he knows you have the advantage. Is this what you are looking for? The poet provokes, pointing to the spear you received from Briseis. For having raised his arm towards the storms above, the Myrmidon looks surprised when he does not receive the gift he expected. Thieves! Achilles lowers his hand, thus invoking powers from the ground. I was willing to be merciful, but I changed my mind. He pulls a large, heavy shield out of the ground. Do not be arrogant, son of Peleus. It was your chosen one who handed us this weapon. She remains resigned to her punishment, but she is concerned about your future. I am sure that divine justice shall prevail. Sooner or later, it never fails. The Florentine explains in an attempt to make the Achaean listen to reason. Lies and deceptions! Enough is enough! I am tired of you. Ready or not, you die now. The Iliad's greatest warrior is shaken, succumbing to his pride and incontinent passion for the second time in history. Store the Be Defeated by Achilles Confrontation objective card. Shuffle the Hephaestus' shield action cards and place them in the first slot of the confrontation tray with the action side up. Then read the special rules. It should be noted the confrontation ends when the caravan manages to defeat Achilles, or one of the champions is defeated. Achilles begins the confrontation with 2 action decks that represent his vital points, the core and then his heel. Initially, he either wields the Pelean Spear or Hephaestus' shield. These 3 decks are considered to be distinct malefactors and have their own sturdiness, despite all being part of Achilles, exception of the spear. When a champion attacks, they choose which deck they want to target, the core or the heel, if Achilles is being attacked from the back. Champions cannot intentionally attack his weapon. We know we're dealing with Hephaestus' shield. Unlike the spear, the shield will never be on the board, and therefore, champions will not be able to target it directly. It is Achilles' own counterattacks that will redirect damage that would be caused to him to the shield. Achilles' heel. The heel can only be targeted if the champion is attacking Achilles' back. Note that Achilles' Enrage and Fortify tokens only apply to his core and the actions and counterattacks he performs. They do not influence the values of the heel or the weapon he wields. Whirlwinds are special furniture that can be used by champions with an interact action, or they can act on their own through drag, present on Achilles' action cards. Here are the specifics. When a champion interacts with a whirlwind, they receive Empower 2 and reposition their model in another area of their choice that also has a whirlwind. Characters can't collide with whirlwinds, and whirlwinds cannot be destroyed. Whirlwinds drag the lustful in chaotic ways. When a whirlwind of the damned drags, move it to the designated area, adhering to the approach rules with one difference. This movement climbs any levels of platforms and, therefore, it only goes in straight lines. Characters in areas the whirlwind enters are carried to the area where it finishes its movement. Champions do not suffer falling damage. If a whirlwind enters the area Achilles is in, and Achilles has a spear in his hands, stick it into the area previously occupied by his model. When a whirlwind reaches the designated area, if there is no room for the characters it dragged, shove any objects from there to free up space. So we have the objective to defeat Achilles. Then, since we have the Pelian spear, he's using his shield. We have Achilles' action deck with one of the arcanas that we offered during the Chronicles phase. We shuffled it and it wound up on top. And then lastly, we have Achilles' heel right here. We have our fierceness track. We have the artist being the least fierce, devotee, outlaw, and mercenary. And we also have their status card. Hephaestus' shield needs 9 hits to be wounded. However, his shield cannot be targeted directly. It will only come into play through the counterattacks from Achilles' action deck, which is 6 sturdiness and 1 threshold, so almost guaranteed to always have a counterattack. And lastly, Achilles' heel, 13 damage is required. And you have to attack him, of course, from the back. So in his heel. So if you're facing him, it will not succeed. And he has a threshold of 4. So as I said, the weak spot, you must attack him from the back. Additionally, whenever the heel suffers 1 or more wounds for the first time in any round, it cannot suffer any more wounds until the next turn. And the Wrath of the Achaean, whenever Achilles receives his 5th enraged token after resolving the respective action or counterattack, discard all of his enraged tokens instead. Then Achilles advances to the area with the fiercest champion at any range and inflicts 12 aggravated damage on them. So, in the most likely circumstance, they're going to get 2 wounds from this. This is Matthias' new character card. He has aggressive 3, prowess and willpower are 1, and his revitalizing ingenuity has improved from last time, now instilling invigorate or empower 2. He will start with the love potion and the reconciler trait that we got in the last Chronicles phase. This is Kara's new character card. She's got 3 prowess and 1 in aggressiveness and willpower, and her sinful improvisation is improved. Now, when she draws a sin card, she gets to play an extra maneuver card. She also starts with 1 aggressiveness token and 1 prowess token. This is Marie's new character card. She's got 2 aggressiveness, no prowess, but 3 willpower. And she has improved the oppressive flame ability, now dealing +3 dice bonus. And she also has 2 willpower tokens and the Pelian spear that we received. Lastly, we have Kane's new card, 2 aggressiveness and willpower, 1 in prowess, and his Paul reaction is improved to block 4. He also is retaining the Achilles' regalia. Marie will take the first turn. Marie will play Punish the Wicked. She's now the 2nd fiercest. Make an attack with +1 die. And if she causes a wound, she will give the Inspire 1 to Matthias. She's attacking the core deck with 4 dice. 5. She will spend 2 vigor points to re-roll that fumble. She's down to 2 vigor. That counts. She only needed 6 damage to inflict a wound, and Matthias receives Inspire 1. Marie will spend 1 willpower token to play this on top of the other card she played already. She becomes the fiercest champion, receives Inspire 1, and will invigorate 2. She's up to 4 vigor. Next up is Kane. He will play Pagan Sacrament to become the 2nd fiercest, and he will invigorate 4 and empower 2. He's now at 8 vigor, and he will draw a sin card to receive 1 aggressiveness token. And he has picked up Abstain, so he can choose to recall 1 card and cancel a counterattack. Now it is the artist's turn. She plays Break the Shell and becomes the 3rd fiercest champion. She will invigorate 4, so she's at 8 vigor. And the next attack by any champion against a malefactor within range 2 this turn, consider its target's sturdiness to be 2 points lower. Matthias will go next. He will perform the basic action move into the whirlwind furniture. 1, 2. He will spend a 3rd vigor, he is down to 1 vigor, in order to interact with the whirlwind furniture. He is allowed to interact with the wind and be teleported across the map to another whirlwind furniture. He will decide to wind up here. He will play Mighty Shot, becomes the 3rd fiercest champion. He will attack with +2 dice, but he will discard all his cards for a +3 dice bonus. So he gets a max of 11 dice, +3 from his weapon, and he is attacking Achilles from the rear, which is the only way to target Achilles' heel. I want to get rid of that as soon as possible so that the love potion can take effect. The artist had reduced the sturdiness from 13 to 11, so hopefully with 14 dice, I'll get at least 1 wound. I shall roll 8 first. 5 damage, 4 fumbles. And for the last 6, 8 more, which is 13. Back jump, inflict 4 base damage +1 over the threshold, so 5 on the fiercest champion in the area Achilles is in, but there is no one. Then move 1, distancing from the attacking champion. This will not trigger rearm. Rearm only occurs with the spear. We are dealing with the shield in this scenario. Achilles will move into the pool of the damned, and he ends up facing Matthias. Now, when Cain got a sin last turn, I forgot to place a trap token. I would have gone ahead and placed it there. Achilles' heel only has 2 cards left, and it can no longer be targeted this round. The artist will use her crossbow, gain stun 1, and get 2 dice for each cooldown card she has. That's 9 dice against Achilles. She needs to pass 6 sturdiness. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If Achilles is wielding a weapon, redirect the damage being inflicted by this attack to it. So this will go to the shield, which has a sturdiness of 9. So that's only 1 wound, but I could spend an aggressive token to get 6 more damage, which would cause 18 damage and 2 wounds, leaving only 1 shield left. It is the Malefactor's turn. This is his shield card, Provoke. Move 2 Arcana cards to the bottom of Achilles' action deck. Achilles faces the fiercest champion at any range. That champion moves 3, and if able, may make an attack with a +3 dice bonus and precision 2 against Achilles, targeting his core action deck. So this will seed his deck with 2 Arcana cards every turn, since this is the only shield card, so I better get rid of this quick. He will face the devotee, who is the fiercest. She gets to move 3, so I'm going to move her to the top of the pillar. 1, 2, 3. And that's possible because they are at the same level. She gets to attack with 6 dice, and 6 is what she needed, and his threshold was 3 this time, so no counterattack. It is Achilles' turn. Heroic Leap. Advance to the area the fiercest champion at any range is in. That's the devotee. Inflict 12 damage divided evenly among the champions in the area. Achilles discards 1 enrage token, doesn't have it. Achilles receives enrage 1 if he hits 3 or more champions, doesn't have it. And there are no special outcomes. Okay, and then last, the whirlwind square drags to B2. Achilles will go there, but she will backflip off it, land there with only 2 damage, so she has 2 vigor, and the pillar is collapsed or destroyed. This is the square whirlwind furniture, and it says to drag, which means go to the adjacent space, and if there was any other figure in the space that they started at, they would transport them to the new area. Next up is Achilles' heel, the rapid stride. There is no spear, so go to otherwise. Achilles moves 3 in a straight line, inflicting 2 damage on each champion in the areas he steps into, for each time he steps into them. Then fortify 1. Now that increases his sturdiness for his core deck, so instead of 6 damage, we need 7. He will not be able to move up the building, so rotate 180 is 1 move, 2, 3, and he steps into the pool of the damned, and so if he had further movement, he would be trapped. Start of the new round, prepare 1, rebuild the deck. Outlaw and Artist have 11 vigor, Devotee has 7, and Mercenary has 4. And he had to rebuild his deck, so he draws a sin card, and he's got Murder. Cain is going to go next. He will play Guerrilla Preparation. He becomes the fiercest champion and sets a trap within range 2. He will add it there, just for insurance. Artist will be next. She will do Coordinate. She becomes the 3rd fiercest champion. Move 2 with Climb. You may spend these movement points as if they were vigor points. And she's going to target the Devotee champion and give her Inspire 1. And she will climb the pillar. By using Take Down the Giant, she becomes the fiercest champion. She will make an attack with Precision 2. So now she needs 6 fumbles. This attack receives a +X dice bonus. You suffer X damage. Now this is the risk. X is equal to the difference between your weapon power, which is 3, and the target's sturdiness, which is 13. So she rolled 10 plus dice, 13 dice. She will take 10 damage, so she will take a wound and reset to 6 vigor. Now, if it was aggressiveness, then she would continue to lose vigor and possibly earn more wounds, but she only earns 1 wound, so she will roll the 13. And because of Oppressive Flame, she has 2 Inspire tokens, which allows for an additional 3, so she's rolling 16 dice. 8 there. She's got 13 exactly with 7 fumbles. The threshold was 6 for this attack, but she's going to spend 2 vigor. She's down to 4 to re-roll one of the fumbles. So that's one less fumble. Then she will spend one inspiration token to turn one of the fumbles to a 2 side. So that's 17 damage, doesn't affect the number of wounds, but it does prevent the counterattack. Being attacked from behind, he turns to face the devotee. His Achilles heel only has 1 card remaining. She will now use her last willpower token to play another card in the 1 slot she has remaining to make a fervent attack. She will discard 1 inspiration token, the last one she has, to deal +5 damage to her 3 dice attack, so 8 damage against Achilles' core. Then, if she inflicts a wound, she will invigorate 4. That is 9, that gets through the 7, but she will be counterattacked. Look at this. If Achilles is wielding a weapon, redirect the damage to that card. That is the shield, which has 9, which we did get, and that is the last shield. So great to get that out of play. One thing I failed to do on that last attack against Achilles' heel, she received more than 12 hits, so she chose to invigorate 2. She's now at 10 vigor. The devotee will interact with the arc to draw 1 finding, and she picks up Lustful Gale. She's actually going to deliver this item for another vigor to Matthias, who will use it immediately to swap places with the devotee. They will both invigorate 2. She gains her 2 vigor back, and he goes up to 6 vigor. She interacts with the arc here to get another finding, and she receives Waters of Acheron. She can remove a sin card or invigorate 4 and empower 2. Matthias will go next. Battlefield experience makes him the 3rd fiercest champion, and he will receive the prowess attribute token. The Malefactor's turn now. He does not have a shield, so we go straight to his core deck. Gallant Flourish. Move 2, approaching the fiercest champion at any range. That's the devotee. If there are champions in the area, nope. If not, Achilles receives Enrage 2, and this action is ended. He winds up there. Then Achilles' heel is the Rapid Stride. There is no spear, so we go to otherwise. Achilles moves 3 in a straight line, inflicting 2 damage on each champion in the area he steps into, for each time he steps into them. And he receives Fortify 1, so he's now at 8 sturdiness. 2 damage to the outlaw brings him down to 9 vigor. Start of the new round, prepare 1. The artist is the only champion with 1 cooldown. The devotee has 1 wound. Everyone has 12 vigor, except the mercenary has 9. Matthias will interact with the arc, and he picks up Waters of Cocytus. As a free action, discard to remove sin, or pay 6 vigor to restore 1. That will be a good one for the outlaw to have, so he will deliver it, which brings him down to 7 vigor. The outlaw will spend 3 vigor to move into the tall pillar and climb it. He is going to target Achilles' heel since he is behind him. Using Rancorous Shot, he will become the fiercest champion, and he will draw a sin card to grant an additional +6 dice bonus. And because of his passive ability, he will set a trap before the attack roll. He will place it on the same zone as him. And he has picked up Enamor. He will be rolling 11 dice. That will do it! When Achilles' heel is destroyed, store this card and read Scene, the Witch's Gift. The outlaw will spend 2 vigor to get the last damage he needs to wound it.
With his heel injured, Achilles slows down. He remains a dangerous opponent, though. Hurting the most powerful warrior in mythology proved to be as difficult as anyone could imagine it to be. However, an opportunity arises. Dante looks at the flask you were given by Semiramis and notices something unexpected about its contents. The witch's poison is not liquid, but gas. A smoke that will spread as soon as the bottle breaks or opens. Hesitantly, as he knows that nothing that comes from her can be good, but he also knows that this is your choice, so he must respect it. May he have mercy on us. The Florentine throws the object at the Myrmidon, who immediately stops it before it touches him. Just as Dante had planned, the thin crystal shatters, and a green cloud covers the son of Peleus' face. "Treacherous vipers!" he screams, coughing and screaming in pain. His chest heaves heavily. "What have you done to me? Have you no honor?" The Achaean falls to his knees, poisoned. The man is now as weakened as he is furious.
Achilles discards all of his Fortify tokens, so he's back down to the base 6. From now on, until the end of the confrontation, he cannot receive any more of these tokens. Awesome. Achilles turns to face his aggressor, and the outlaw uses the Water of Cocytus to remove 1 of his sin cards. Marie is going to go next. She's going to climb down and move up 1 zone so she can be in range. She's down to 10 vigor. She plays Aggressive Penitence to become the 2nd fiercest champion. She is going to target the outlaw to receive Empower 4. Then she will also spend 2 more vigor for that champion to remove a sin card from their hand. He is now cleansed, and she is down to 8 vigor. The outlaw will now go. He's going to employ Canister Shot. He's already the fiercest champion. He gets a +2 dice bonus. Now he will remove the 3 traps that are on the board to grant an additional 4 dice bonus. So that is a total of 14 dice plus the 3 from his weapon, and the 4 empower from the artist. Each die above 20 is a guaranteed 2 hits. 10 hits and 3 fumbles. Grand total of 5 fumbles and 23 hits, plus the guaranteed 2 is 25. He will use his aggressive token to get to 31. That's 5 cards wounded. And here is the counterattack. Is he holding a weapon? No, his shield is destroyed. So otherwise, Achilles receives Fortify X. He doesn't get that no longer because of the love potion. So nothing will happen. Unbelievable. The artist will use the hand crossbow. She will gain a stun and 2 dice for each cooldown card. That's 4, plus the 3 here. She's rolling 7 against Achilles. Whoa, that's a lot. 1 more and it would have been 2 wounds. Move 3 towards the outlaw. And if there's a champion there, they'll inflict 2 base damage, but he's on a pillar, so he's going to backflip and only get 2 damage. And then the champion will not suffer the push 1. He will now advance to the outlaw space again. Instead of inflicting 12 damage, the outlaw will backflip onto the building next door, taking 2 damage and 2 additional for fall damage. He's down to 3 vigor. Then Achilles discards 1 enrage token if he has hit a single champion. I don't think this counts, so he's still at 2 enrage tokens. Then the whirlwind circle drags to D3. This whirlwind furniture right here will drag them to this space here. Since there's not enough room, the pillar is actually going to get shoved, like so. So this area is now blocked off. We have a new round where we prepare 1, invigorate 3, and rebuild the decks. The outlaw is at 6 vigor, the devotee 12, the artist 11, and the mercenary 10. The outlaw has picked up deceive in the rebuild step. The devotee will go. She will move to the top of the building. She is down to 9 vigor, and she uses guidance to make an attack. Since she is above Achilles, she will receive a +2 dice bonus. And if she inflicts any wounds, the next attack made by any champion against this deck receives precision 2, so the threshold becomes 3. She needs 6, and that will do it. And no fumbles. The mercenary will go next. He will use the climbing hook, and he skips the first step, because he'd rather stay there, and just empower 4. He can then attack Achilles with Cut Purse. He becomes a 3rd fiercest champion, and if he causes a wound, he may draw a findings card. His empower 4 has him rolling 7 dice, and because of the artist's previous maneuver card, the threshold is now 3, so no counterattacks, and that's enough for another wound. He is down to 9. And Matthias picks up Waters of Phlegethon. Discard this to remove a sin, or receive Invigorate 2 and Empower 4. The artist will move 1 here. She's down to 10 vigor. Plays Call to Action, becomes the fiercest champion, and she will have the outlaw remove a sin card from their hand. Then she will do Battle Cry, so she will receive Empower 4. And with her positioning, she will use Hand Crossbow. Stun 1, so she'll get 2 dice for each cooldown. That's 4, plus 3, plus the 4 from the Empower. She's rolling 11 dice. 11 dice, come on! 7 hits is enough with 6 fumbles. Move 3, approaching the artist. If there are any champions there, inflict 2 plus 5 damage. That champion suffers push 1. She will use her prowess token to block 6 damage and only takes 1, bringing her to 9 vigor. Since she was in this position, push refers to this area, and she can occupy any space. The outlaw will go next. He's going to catch his breath, set a trap within range 2, and he will pay 4 vigor to remove a sin card. He's down to 2, and place the trap there. The malefactor goes next. He moves 2 towards the artist, and inflicts 8 damage on the fiercest. Then move 1 approaching the least fierce champion, and inflict 4 damage in the area that he is in. Then the whirlwind square drags to A2. He steps into the trap, thus suffering a wound. The artist suffers 8 damage. She's down to 1 vigor. Then he moves towards Matthias, the least fierce. No damage is dealt. Then the whirlwind furniture goes from here to there. There are only 7 cards left in his deck, with the top one being an Arcana card, which means no counterattacks. New round once again. Prepare 1, invigorate 3, and rebuild the deck. The outlaw has 5 vigor, the artist 4, and the devotee and mercenary both have 12. The artist received a sin during the rebuild step, murder. Matthias will use Waters of Phlegethon to receive Invigorate 2 and Empower 4. The artist will climb the building and open the arc. She's down to 2 vigor. Picks up the Waters of the Styx, allowing a champion to remove a sin card or add an aggressiveness token. Good timing. She will actually deliver the item to Matthias, bringing her down to 1 vigor. The devotee will go next. She will climb up to Matthias. She'll stop there. She is down to 7 vigor. She will play Punish the Wicked, becomes the second fiercest, and makes an attack with a +1 die bonus. If she can get this wound, she will inspire the mercenary 1. Before that, she will spend the Waters of Acheron to invigorate 4 and empower 2. 6 dice is a better chance. No. She will spend 2 vigor to reroll 1 die. Nice! And since the top card is Arcana, there is no counterattack. Then the artist will go. She will play Break the Shell. She's already the fiercest champion. She will receive an attack with a +1 die bonus. And the combo, the next attack made by any champion against a malefactor within range 2 this turn, considers its target's sturdiness to be 2 points lower. Only 4 dice, but there's an Arcana card. Oh, that's not enough. Matthias will go down 1 step. He's down to 11 vigor. And he will use Waters of the Styx in order to get 1 aggressiveness token. And he plays Mighty Shot, becomes the 3rd fiercest, and he gets a +2 dice bonus, and he will discard all the maneuver cards from his hand, which grants him +3 dice. So he's rolling 11 dice here, +3 from his weapon, 4 from Empower. That's 18 total. And because of the artist's breaking the shell, he only needs to get multiples of 4. Off to a bad start. That is 13 damage. He has Inspired 2, so he will spend both to flip 2 fumbles to 4 more hits, which is 17. He will spend his aggressiveness token to do 6 more damage, which is 23, and spend 1 vigor to get 1 more hit, is 24 hits. That is 6 wounds. That's how much cards are left in his deck. He will get in 1 parting shot. And it's a swing and a miss. He's not holding a weapon, so he will fortify, but because of the love potion, it doesn't take effect. Wow.
The battle was intense. The Myrmidon is an opponent worthy of his reputation. But in the end, whether through strength, strategy, or trickery, you once again prove to be the best warriors that Christendom has at its disposal. No! That cannot be! Achilles is on his knees, in disbelief. Even after being battered, he still cannot believe he could be defeated. I should be invincible in this place! Not weak like mortals! Though disincarnated, his soul reproduces the symptoms of a beaten body. You are the son of Peleus. Dante takes the opportunity to lecture him while you recover from the battle. However, not being able to die does not mean that you will not feel anguish, pain, or tiredness. Otherwise, the punishments in this place would be of no use. You will recover, but it will take time. The damned never forget such feelings. Take advantage of the fact that you have rediscovered a remnant of your humanity and humility, Achaean, and change your ways. Leaving the man to reflect, you move on. Each champion progresses their maneuvers deck, replacing 1 level 1 card with 1 level 2 card. If the caravan has discovery card number 6, which we do not, before moving on to the next chapter, make sure you return any tokens the champions have to the token tray, place the Confrontation objective card into the caravan box, and the discovery cards. Rebuild the Arcana, Wounds, Sins, and Findings decks, returning all cards. Undo the setup for this confrontation and store any confrontation objective cards that haven't been completed, and Malefactor's status card, and the Malefactor's action and confrontation event decks. If you're ending the game, place all maneuver cards and equipment wielded by your champion in their champion box. This will be your champion's starting state for the next circle. Otherwise, if you keep playing, prepare the caravan as you would at the beginning of each circle. Well, friends, that was a great confrontation with Achilles. I felt that it was different enough from Minos, who traveled across the board and was picking things up and hurling them. In this one, there was some teleportations from the winds. It didn't affect us too much. And the key to victory was being able to take out the shield and his heal fairly early on, and we were able to pick away at his health until we completely neutered him. But having said that, it still felt vastly different. It was still exhilarating to be able to pull off these combos and defeat Achilles. And I, for one, am looking forward to the 3rd circle to see what is in store for us. That will do it for this episode of Dante Inferno. My name is Gambit, and I'll see you in the next video where I play it quick.